For weeks, everyone has wanted to blame the coach. But after losing 9 of 11 games, this isn't on the sidelines anymore. This goes back to the top. Leon Rose built this roster, every piece, every decision. And now, with the trade deadline approaching, he has to look in the mirror and ask himself one simple question. Can he win it all with Karl Anthony Towns as his center? Or is this the moment of truth? Because in New York, indecision is a decision. Hi, I'm Mike Spendley, your host of From the Bench, a Knicks podcast. I was a ball boy for the New York Knicks in 1972 and 1973. Both years we went to the NBA Finals, and in 1973, my New York Knicks won the NBA championship. I'm a voiceover guy and a former sports director at a radio station. You know, at some point in every NBA season, the noise quiets down, the excuses fade, and the finger-pointing slows. And the responsibility moves exactly where it belongs, back to the top. Right now, the focus is squarely on one man, Leon Rose, because this team is no longer searching for an identity. It's searching for a decision. Let's start with the reality. The Knicks lost 9 of 11 games before they got off the floor against the Brooklyn Nets 2 nights ago. In far too many games in that stretch, it didn't just look like they were outplayed. It looked like they were disconnected, flat, uninspired, and at times indifferent. And whenever that happens, the reflex is always the same. Blame the coach. But after 42 games, in my opinion, that's lazy. This isn't a young roster learning how to win. This isn't a young team still figuring out its roles. Unless you count Catch still trying to figure out his role. This is a team built with intention, which means if the product isn't responding, the issue isn't the message, it's the construction. Leon Rose didn't inherit this group, he designed it. Every major piece, every contract, every timeline decision. The roster is not an accident, it's a blueprint. And that's why this moment matters so much. When things are going well, architects get praise. When they aren't, accountability comes with the job. And right now, accountability is unavoidable, which brings us to the most uncomfortable part of this conversation. The focus is narrowed, not on effort, not on schemes, but on fit, specifically on Karl Anthony Towns. After recent comments, body language, and on-court results, it's fair, in my opinion, to ask whether this pairing is working the way that it was envisioned. Not whether Towns is talented, not whether he can score, but whether this version of the Knicks can win with him as their center. It's not criticism, that's evaluation. This is where the metaphor matters. Leon Rose has to look at himself in the mirror, not in the standings, not at the schedule, and ask himself one simple question. Can we win like this? If the answer is yes, then patience is justified. You stay the course. You add a marginal piece, you protect flexibility. But if the answer is no, then standing still becomes a decision in itself. Because here's the reality. The NBA trading deadline is February 5th, and deadlines just don't close doors, they define legacies. This is the point where plans stop being theoretical. Leon Rose built this, for better or worse. Now he owns what comes next. A minor tweak, it says belief. A major move says correction. Either way, indecision is no longer an option. The season won't be remembered for a bad 3-week stretch. It will be remembered for whether the man at the top trusted his blueprint or had the courage to change it. That's the burden of the architect. And with February 5th approaching fast, the Knicks aren't waiting for answers anymore. They're waiting for Leon Rose. So lots of big decisions are coming quickly. Please let me know your feelings in the comments section. I would love to gauge your temperature on this subject, so please let me know. Also, if you like this channel From the Bench, do me a favor and please subscribe to the channel and help me grow so that I can continue to put out premium content. Please hit the subscribe button in the lower right of your screen. Also, if you would like to hear about my VIP club called In the Huddle, please go to michaelspendley.com and leave us your email, and I will send you out information on all the particulars. We will have live watch parties, interviews with Hall of Famers, and discounts on merchandise. That's michaelspendley.com. Leave us your email, and we will send everything out to you. Also, a program note. The next episode, we will have on Mike Vaccaro, lead columnist for the New York Post. We will discuss the trade deadline across the NBA and how it affects this New York Knicks team. I look forward to talking with Mike Vaccaro on the next show. Thanks for watching this edition of From the Bench, a Knicks podcast, and stay focused.